Today in Certain Talks, we're going to talk about my 2024 real estate predictions. Keep in mind that I don't have a crystal ball yet, and we're going to predict home prices, rent prices 1 year from now. So let's see what happens in December of 2024 when we reevaluate this video. Right now, in December of 2023, the Fed inflation target is supposedly 2%, and it's been like this from the beginning. As you already know, we peaked at 9.1% back in June of 2022, and recently, the CPI or Consumer Price Index is somewhere just over 3%. Which means that the Fed is getting very close. Interest rates are about 7.09% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. They were as high as 8% recently. And for a 15-year fixed mortgage, they are around 6.4 or 6.5% on average. And if we talk about the entire US, the cost to buy a single family home is around $3,200 a month, and rent as of December of 2023 nationally could be between $1,800 to $2,000. And if your question is,
where are we going to be 1 year from now?
Well, let's take a look at this chart, because the red line indicates the cost of renting and the blue line indicates or represents the cost of buying. As you can see, this chart starts in 1970 and the red line has steadily climbed, but as you can see from 2022, it actually spiked a little higher than the normal average. The cost to buy, of course, has been all over the map. And it's because of few things. Number one, the price of properties. And number two, high interest rates. So pay close attention to the blue color. As you can see, there are the boom and bust of the housing market over the years. But what I really want you to see is the difference, is the gap between what it costs to buy versus what it costs to rent. In 2021, home prices increased because millennials entered the market and they took advantage of the historically low interest rates. What this means is that today, there is a 52% difference between the cost of buying versus the cost of renting. And it's never been this high before. What this chart doesn't show you are the additional costs such as property taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance, etc. And of course, you don't have those costs when you are renting. And my prediction is that home prices are going to go up in 2024. And the reason I believe that is because of data. And if you follow the month supply of homes in the US, you will see that it dwindles significantly as compared to the historical averages. What we have is a huge supply problem. Let's talk about numbers. The cost of construction drives prices up. Interest rates drive prices up. Low supply drive prices up. And high demand drive prices up. And the reason you have high demand is because of low supply. Again, my prediction for 2024 is that housing prices will not drop. As you already know, we are anywhere between 4 and 5 million housing units short just to meet demand. High demand and low supply equals increase in prices. And which factors make prices to go down? Well, definitely not low interest rates. Low interest rates could potentially create bubbles. Even if people start to build, which they're not because of what's happening globally, we're going to have a big supply problem, and things unfortunately could get worse because of that. It might be interesting to know that over 82% of all people have mortgage rates right now under 5%. So what's the motivation for them to sell their properties when they purchase at historically low interest rates at 2-3%? Right now we're seeing at, let's say, 6%. I really doubt that mortgage rates will go below 4% in 2024 or 2023. And if we talk about rents, currently they are between $1,800 and $2,000, and rents will continue to go up. Keep in mind that the cost to buy is 52% higher than the cost of rent. And this is going to push more people into the renter category, and people are going to have to rent by choice. Remember that the trend is that everyone will become a tenant and not a property owner. Keep in mind that the 2030 agenda says you will own nothing and be happy. So what we need right now is affordable housing, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. We have a big housing crisis, and if somebody wants to jump from renter to homeowner, they're also going to have to pay for property taxes, insurance, utilities, etc. And the gap between renting and owning has never been wider, and it's only going to get worse. My prediction is that interest rates are going to go up, stay very neutral, and then go down just a little bit during the election times, just because of marketing purposes. And if we talk about the consumer price index, or CPI, is going to be reported still somewhere between 4% on average, and housing is going to be the Fed's biggest problem. And the gap between renting and buying will become more drastic and dramatic as time goes by. If you have questions, remember to subscribe to Serena Talks and to share all my videos with your friends and family. I have to go. See you soon.